In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to play Sega Dreamcast games on PC using the redream emulator. The first thing that you want to do is to get your Sega Dreamcast games ready. I made a folder on my desktop called Dreamcast Games, and inside of this folder, you want to put the ROM files of the Dreamcast games which you want to play. You can extract these files directly from a Dreamcast game that you own. You can also find downloads for the ROM files online, but I'm not going to be showing you how to do that in this video. If the ROM files you have come in a compressed file like .zip, you want to make sure that you first extract those files. To do that on Windows, you want to right click on the file, select extract all, and then select extract. And once the file is extracted, you can go ahead and delete the old compressed files as we'll no longer be using them. Now, just to show you what the ROM files will look like, I'm going to open this folder and you're going to see a few bin files as well as one .q file. This is a common format for Sega Dreamcast games, but you might also have your game in a different format such as .chd. And once you've finished preparing your Dreamcast ROMs, you can go ahead to the next step, which is downloading the redream emulator. To download redream, you just want to go onto this website, redream.io. I'll be leaving a link in the description. When you're on here, you want to click on this button which says Get for Desktop. They're going to give you an option to upgrade to the premium version of redream. If you're planning to play many Dreamcast games, then I would recommend upgrading because this allows you to play with higher resolution, allows you to have multiple save slots. It also helps support the developers. For this tutorial, I'm going to be downloading the free version, so to do that, you want to scroll down until where you see stable releases. And as I'm doing this tutorial on a Windows PC, I'm going to select the Windows icon. Once the redream setup has finished downloading, you want to go into your downloads folder and you want to drag the downloaded file onto your desktop. Now the emulator downloads in a .zip format, so before you can launch it, you want to make sure that you extract it. To do that, just right click on the file, select extract all, and then select extract. Inside of the extracted folder, you're going to see a launcher called redream.exe. Just double click on that launcher and the emulator should open up. Over here, I'm going to go into full screen. The emulator automatically has access to files that are on your desktop, but in case you don't see any game here or you save the files to a different directory on your computer, you want to go into library, and in here you want to go to add directory and you want to navigate to the directory where you saved the game. In our case, it's on our desktop, so I'm just going to navigate to my desktop and then I'm going to add this file path to library. Before launching the game, we want to change some of the options. First of all, click on video in the top menu. Now, if you purchased the premium version of redream, you're going to see a resolution option here, which allows you to change your resolution. I recommend changing your resolution to the same resolution of your monitor. Another option you might want to change is the game aspect ratio. If you click on this option, they're going to change your aspect ratio to 16:9, and this will allow you to play the games in full screen. However, you should know that most Dreamcast games were released in the native 4:3 aspect ratio, so changing the aspect ratio can cause some distortion and stretching in the game, and I personally prefer to play in the native 4:3 format. Next, if you want your frame rate counter to show while you're playing, you can change this option here, but I'm just going to keep this at off. Next, you want to go back to the top menu and you want to click on input. As you can see here, you have options for 4 different ports, and each port corresponds to the player. For example, port 0 is player 1, port 1 is player 2, and so on. So the redream emulator allows 4 players to play at the same time. Next, you want to click on port 0 and the first option you're going to see is input device. Now, if you have a controller, then you want to click on this and you're going to see your controller in this list. As I'm going to be playing using my keyboard, I'm just going to keep this on keyboard. Next, you want to click on customize binds. If you're using a controller, then this page will allow you to map out what each button on your controller will do. For example, you can just click on one of the buttons and then click on the same button on your controller and it will map it out for that button. If you're playing on keyboard, then this is the page that will allow you to see which hotkeys you have to use to play the games. For example, clicking on W on your keyboard corresponds to moving the left joystick up, and clicking on L on your keyboard corresponds to clicking A on the original Dreamcast controller. And if you want to change any of these buttons, it's the same thing as if you had a controller. You would just click on the button and then choose whichever hotkey on your keyboard which you want that button to correspond to. I would recommend taking a picture of this page just to help you remember which hotkeys you have to use to play the game. And then finally, you want to go back into the games page, and to launch a game, all you have to do is double click on the games poster, and as you can see, the game is going to automatically launch.
It's party time. Let's have some fun. You have 5 crazy minutes. Go ahead and pick a car and driver. Easy out.
Yeah, we gonna have some fun.
Hey, it's time to make some crazy money. Are you ready? Here we go.
Taxi?
Hey, over here!
Hey, park a little closer. Take me to the cable car
Okay,
up on the hill.
thank me later.
If you want to save or load the game while you're playing, then you just want to click on escape on your keyboard. So guys, I really hope that you found this video helpful. Once you have the ROMs ready, Redream is a very simple emulator to use. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. And if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments and I'll try my best to get back to you. And I'll see you guys next time.